All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all having a great day. Of course, it's trade deadline week, and the Yankees just made their big move. Just reported, blowing up all over Twitter, the Yankees have acquired Frankie Montas and reliever Lou Trivino from the Oakland A's. And first things first, let me say, not that I ever criticized Brian Cashman too much, but I was kind of going in yo, we can't prospect hug everybody besides Volpe unless it's for Soto. Everybody's got to be on the table. Well, this dude, he pulled off an absolute steal. Now, the Yankees did send some valuable prospects in return, no doubt. Let's go into it. So the top best would be their fifth best prospect in the system, Ken Waldichuk. Then Luis Medina, their number 10 prospect. J.P. Sears, who we're all familiar with, has made a couple starts in the big leagues this year. That's their number 17 prospect. And then Cooper Bowen. That's a full return. Ken Waldichuk, Luis Medina, J.P. Sears, and Cooper Bowen. That's who's going to the Oakland A's in exchange for Frankie Montas and reliever Lou Trivino. I'm going to try to keep my excitement relatively contained so I can give you guys some sort of a breakdown here on this trade. But make no mistake, it is now, we have a full day left, by the way. The deadline is August 2nd at 6 p.m. and right now it's August 1st. So the Yankees have already had a great trade deadline, have not given up any of their top four guys, which are Volpe, Peraza, Jason Dominguez, and catcher Austin Wells. Cashman has made some great moves, not giving up any of those guys so far, and we still have a day left. But yeah, let's get into Frankie Montas. Of course, this is where the Yankees pivoted to after the Mariners acquired Luis Castillo, who, I won't lie, that was my number one target, but Montas was not all that far behind. So pretty much the breakdown in him is he's a 29-year-old right-handed pitcher. We have him under control through next season as well. So not only incredibly increases our chance of winning World Series this year, but next season as well. So dating back to 2021, that's where this dude really took off. Last year, over 32 starts, he went 13-9 with a 3.37 ERA, a 3.37 FIP, had a WAR over 4, K per 9 just under 10, walks per 9 at 2.74. So that's a great ratio right there. Dude is a stud so far this year in 19 starts. 3.18 ERA in a WAR of 2, K per 9, walks per 9, all around the same as last year. So this dude has been a stud for about 2 straight seasons now, and no doubt about it. For the Yankee rotation, come playoff time, at least as it stands tomorrow, with a healthy Luis Severino, right now you're looking at, of course, Garrett Cole is the ace, and then, to be honest, I think Frankie Montas sluts right behind him as the Yankees' number 2. So we're going Cole, then Montas, then depending how he looks coming back from the IL, Luis Severino. His arm, I will say, can also translate pretty well out of the bullpen if that is an area of need come October. But yeah, Cole, Montas, Severino, then Nestor Cortez for your number 4, or Jordan Montgomery, who has been roughed up a little bit of late, but make no mistake, guys, he's a stud as well. Now, as for Lou Trivino, looked up the stats on him. I won't lie, I wasn't too familiar with him going in. To be honest, when I saw Trivino, I automatically thought of Blake Trinan. I confused it too, if you remember. I think he was on the A's a couple years ago. I think now he's on the Dodgers, wherever he's at. Anyways, though, the guy, the reliever they acquired, he does have a 6.47 ERA and a walks per 9 close to 4, which obviously isn't good. But here's the thing, when you have Matt Blake, anybody that appears to be a bum with a bad ERA, look at Clay Holmes last year, anybody, when given to Matt Blake, their season can be turned around like that. And the big thing, it's not difficult to notice, is you see he has a 12.66 K per 9, meaning he strikes out a lot of batters. The Yankees definitely saw that and were like, all right, we can see what he does well here. Let's eliminate the stuff he doesn't do well, like they did with Clay Holmes last year. They'll just simplify everything, and I'm sure I can almost guarantee it. This isn't me trying to, make a hot take and try to in a couple months say, oh, I told you so. No, it's pretty obvious. The Yankees, they saw something in this guy. He's going to turn into a stud. Just saying that right now. So Lou Trivino, excited about that. Also, I posted this on my community page. And guys, always stay tuned and post it to my community page on YouTube because I post a lot of updates on there. But I posted this earlier on there. Scott Efros is a guy that we acquired from the Cubs earlier today, and we sent over Hayden Wesneski, our number 7 prospect, and this is an awesome deal. First of all, this guy throws pretty funky sidearm delivery from the right side. He's having a great year. 2.66 ERA over 47 games, 10.23 K per 9. That's good. Walks per 9 of 2.25. That's really good, guys, for those who aren't too familiar with those stats. WAR of 1.2, which is top 3 in the American League. To put it into perspective how good this guy has been, we all know how good Clay Holmes has been this year, right? Of course, outside of yesterday, Clay Holmes has been great. Scott Efros has a WAR higher than Clay Holmes this season. That's how good he's been. And the even more awesome part of this is that he's not a free agent until 2028. So we have him under control through 2027. What is that? 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. We have him under control for 5 more seasons, which is huge, especially, for this year. Michael King going down. We have had some bullpen injuries, some bullpen struggles, but things are really looking up with the upside of Lou Trivino, Scott Efros, and now, Aroldis Chapman. To be honest, he has kind of looked really solid over his last 3 outings. I don't want to, jinx anything, knock on wood. But point is here, Brian Cashman is pulling off a phenomenal deadline, and he's given up maybe one guy that I'm upset about, and that is Ken Waldichuk, who's awesome. But, just to put it in perspective and give one final shout out to Brian Cashman, this man just pulled off Andrew Benintendi, Frankie Montas, Scott Efros, and Lou Trevino without giving up Oswald Peraza, Austin Wells, Anthony Volpe, or Jason Dominguez. Fantastic trade deadline so far. And once again, we are not done. It's just August 1st. August 2nd at 6 p.m. is the trade deadline. The Yankees still got to move Joey Gallo. They still are apparently looking to upgrade. And if the deadline was over right now this minute, it would be awesome. So the fact that we have some time left has me really excited. I'd say this is the best Yankee trade deadline, at least that I can remember. 2017 was awesome, at least at the time. We got D-Rob, we got Tommy Kahnle, we got Sonny Gray, got Todd Frazier. That was great, and a lot of that worked out. Last year was cool. Got Rizzo, got Gallo, which at the time was an awesome deal, make no doubt about it. This year, though, this is by far the most excited I've ever been, because it's the deal that the Yankees kind of haven't made in the last 10 to 15 years. All I can think about when I think of this deal is I look back at the Cliff Lee deal, right? Where in 2010, the Yankees had a deal for Cliff Lee on the table, and off the top of my head, I think what happened was the Yankees weren't willing to give up Eduardo Nunez. Because they had a deal in place, somebody got hurt, and the Mariners ended up coming back to the Yankees. Were like, all right, if you want to get this deal done for Cliff Lee, include Eduardo Nunez. The Yankees weren't willing to do it at the time. This is kind of where my hatred of prospect hugging comes from, because guess who ended up beating the Yankees in the playoffs that year and prevented them from being back-to-back champs? Cliff Lee, because the Mariners then moved to deal him to the Rangers, who defeated us in the ALCS that year basically single-handedly. This move, however, by getting Frankie Montas and not letting him go to the Houston Astros or really any other contender, or even just letting him stay in the Oakland A's, going out and getting him, that pushes us over the top. This is the first deadline the Yankees have had in years, at least that I can fully remember, that has pushed us over the top. Let me know how you guys feel about this. I don't think there's any other way you could feel that other than awesome. I know I'm feeling awesome. Stay tuned for more updates, guys. Let's have ourselves a good second half of the season. Hopefully I'm going to see you soon. Maybe later tonight, maybe tomorrow. And yeah, that'll do it for this video, guys. I will see you guys next time. Let's go Yankees.